Greetings everyone, welcome to this new farming guide. We are gonna take a look at my modified version of my previous video. I was not very happy with the, well, we did like 1000 to 1500 per hour, which is really good, and including Oasis, which I picked up the next day, like yeah, it was quite a lot, so that's another 1000 there. In the total test, obviously not per hour, but and also you had other things we don't calculate in, like this rating and stuff like that, but there was some star points that was not getting used properly, and this is why I'm tracking things, because then I noticed these 31 points that I put into a Mistwheel was completely misplaced, because it doesn't bring a lot of things to the map, so it doesn't drop anything but the ice, and those were not really pulling their weight. It was like 50 to 100 FE of those 3 hours I played it, so no, they were just a waste. So now I'm going with something that is fairly popular I've seen. It's gonna be full cube. I always do cube, so quant here, and I'm going even more quant here. So I'm taking away some star talents because I don't know what to put them in anyway. And we're just gonna go full force into quantity and cube. And we're gonna have, let's see here, we're gonna do 60 maps. Let's say 60 maps this time, because I can track that through the star shards. Not 80 this time because it's not full and it takes so much time, and I don't have that much time now when I'm working. So what I'm gonna use is, I'm gonna add this for extra quant. It also has a chance of getting an extra goblin in there, which I've not seen, so I've not tried it yet. So I'm adding these are experimental, like I'm getting extra mobs to the map, white mobs, and additional drop quantity for those normal monsters. I don't know if it's good, could be. I heard that Doll Compass just adds like monsters to the map. We're not doing the mechanic, but we are just killing the mobs on the way. And if the clock mechanic, I guess, is at I don't know if we even started. I have to discover that while I'm doing the test. Cube obviously adds monsters to the map. It's very good at the end. I have the cube pet. I pulled for it. I got failed miserable, so I only have it at 4. I wanted it up to 6, but it's better than nothing. So don't spend money, guys. You get money for free because I'm doing content for this game. That's why I'm spending. Otherwise, I would never spend $1. Well, that's not true. I spend for a season pass. You should be spending on even free-to-play games if you want to support a game, but you should not spend thousands of dollars or anything like that. Unless you have the funds, of course, and you want to. But so this is a map. Like I said, I'm just gonna leave it and see what if there's an extra. As you can see, my build is fairly fast, not the fastest, especially when there's no mobs. I kind of chain my movement ability if I hit stuff, and it resets for me. So when I'm not hitting anything, I'm a little bit slower. So I might switch in a movement speed pet. There's plenty of those to help me along, because I obviously don't need the damage, as you can see here. Boom, boom, boom. There's some extra FE. I don't in the season mechanic, by the way, like this one, there's nothing affecting it. So the quantity on the map doesn't affect it. The quantity of the pets you have doesn't affect it. The only thing that is affecting it is one stat on your season pet. The rest does not affect it. It says additional in the carjack mechanic, kind of, but that's very low percentage, so it's almost negligible. You can obviously get double on that mechanic also if you have the pet, which is also very good for here. This map did not pay off, I think. Okay. I spoke too soon. Obviously, I got lucky with this, so not very much though. I spent per map it's 19 FE, so I need to make at least 19 FE back per map, so that's something to point out here. It's not a high-end mechanic, because you can spend like 200 300 FE per map on some mechanics, but this one you spend 19, so that's pretty good, and that's with the higher prices. So I'm gonna do 59 more of these and get back to you with the results. Hopefully there's a lot of raw FE, otherwise this mechanic is kind of failed, because I want just raw FE. I don't want a lot of different things to sell. I just want raw stuff so I can just use it directly. Be back in a jiffy. Okay, 60 map has been run, and it took me exactly to run the bosses, sort through the loot and do some other stuff. 2 hours pretty much on the dot. It was pretty uneventful. Nothing much happened during this test. It is very little mechanics. Make sure you activate your clockwork in the beginning of the map. You don't need to do any of the cogs that are on the map. We're just doing the mechanic that because they have more mobs on the map just generally, so they will drop down from the sky and you kill them and stuff like that. So don't do the mechanic itself. It's not very profitable because we're not putting any points into it. So it's just there to just have one, because we have one extra compass slot. So why not? And they cost nothing. Each map costs 19, like I said before, and that's 1,140 over 60 maps, so quite a hefty investment, but we made that back and some. As you can see here, I got completely royally screwed on the side course because I have a pet for which didn't proc a single time when on these desired course. It didn't proc on any of the FE, so it was like running it without any loot pet at all for this strategy, which is good for the ones that doesn't have any loot pet at all for the cube mechanic, which is good in that case. I got these, this one is completely useless. I got this one, which is not super much, but it is a little bit. It's 300, maybe with a node here, and I got this from the boss, which is somewhere 250 or something. It's probably selling for 250 where most of them are. Let's just take a fast look. It's pretty easy things to sell, like it's currency. Normally you would use it yourself, of course, use up your currency that you have then for your own crafting, because then you don't need to pay taxes for it, and your profit margins is even bigger then, of course. Otherwise there's just some random loot here. It doesn't look like very much, but in the first pile here, it's actually, while there's a hefty amount of just raw FE, again, we didn't drop a single pile of 50 FE, so that happens quite often, but it just didn't happen this time. And of course we didn't hit the jackpot cards, which is for this region, that would be dope if we got the jackpot card. This one is like 10,000 FE or even over, so even after taxes is over 10,000, I think. That would be really nice, but we didn't get that. We got in total here, so we got of course 1,523 FE in raw. We got in other one after taxes here 812, so a fair bit. Here's something that is a little bit expensive. Here's another thing that is a little bit expensive. Again, not super lucky. I didn't count how much the cost of the materials I used. Whatever came on top of that from drops, I don't count, so the profit should be more than I'm calculating here. Also, all numbers are conservative. If there's numbers that are in between two values when I'm bring out the price check, then I just take the lower every time. Stuff like that. In here we have only 513 FE. Again, normally the sire cores are the ones that carrying this quite heavily, but we didn't get lucky at all. In the first 30 maps we didn't even see the sire core, so that was really unlucky streak, and after that we got the singles of the rest of the months. Then of course, if you want to add in this, it's another around 500 or 400 right there. Yeah, the test was pretty easy. It's pretty straightforward. All you do is click the clockwork in the beginning, and then you go running to the nearest carjacking mechanic, the league mechanic of this, and then you run that one, and then you run to the cube and activate that one. So altogether, it's 1,100 for FE an hour, because we are running it for 2 hours. If you don't count these drop, it's 854, but you're bound to get something. This is a cube mechanic, and you're bound to get something out of the cube sooner or later. So I got 2 of these, and they're pretty useless. Both of the, like, these can be like multiple thousand. So sadly, didn't hit it this time. Maybe next time. So hopefully this helps someone, and just have a different kind of strategy that is just fully quant, and maybe you have a loot pet for it, and it's gonna be even better. So hopefully, if you have any question, put it in the comment below, and I'll get back to you when I can. Have a good one.